Greetings, Guardians. Olympus Alliance here, and today, we're bringing back some serious nostalgia. Do you remember the old days? When Bob, yes, that's what many veterans lovingly call Kark, ruled the arena. When his devastating jumps and backline assassinations could wipe out entire teams before you even blinked. Those were glorious times. But let's be honest. The meta has evolved. New mechanics, new heroes, new synergies, and poor Bob has slowly been pushed out of the spotlight. He's still dangerous, he's still stylish, but he's not the unstoppable force he once was. Many of us feel it's time this classic hero receives an urgent rework to bring him back to his former glory. That doesn't mean he's useless, far from it. With the right synergies, support, and strategic counters, Kark can still explode onto the battlefield and tear teams apart. And today, Guardians, we're diving deep into exactly that. This is your complete Olympus Alliance tips guide for Kark, how to boost his power, support him properly, and how to shut him down when he's on the other side. So, let's dive in. Tip 1, Synergies. The first idea is to use heroes that can increase even more his damage output or interrupt the enemies. Kark's abilities are designed to deliver massive physical damage to multiple enemies, with a strong focus on burst attacks that can change the flow of battle in an instant. And when you pair him with the right heroes, this burst becomes devastating. Faceless is an absolute classic partner. He lifts the nearest foe, allowing Kark to heavily strike it, and then throws it right into the center of the opposing team, breaking the front line and grouping enemies together. This setup lets Kark hit more foes with his regular attacks and unleash his first skill to maximum effect. On top of that, Faceless can copy Kark's first skill, allowing a double heavy strike that can obliterate squishy backliners. Then comes Kai, another old but lethal partner. His first skill launches a powerful whirlwind that lifts all enemies simultaneously. This sets up the perfect stage for Kark to unleash his first skill and deal devastating damage to everyone while they're airborne. It's a combo that never gets old, simple, brutal, and effective. Nebula is also a fantastic synergy piece. She temporarily gives Kark a huge boost of physical attack, and her weapon artifact adds even more physical attack to the entire team. When you combine Nebula's buffing power with Kark's burst strikes, you get an executioner who can delete multiple targets before they even react. With these three heroes, Faceless, Kai, and Nebula, Kark's damage output skyrockets. But damage isn't everything. Kark is notoriously fragile, so you also need to make sure he survives long enough to deliver his blows. Tip 2, Supports. Supporting Kark properly is just as important as boosting his damage. He's one of the heroes with the lowest health stats in the game, and if left exposed, he melts fast. That's why the right support lineup can make or break his performance. Astaroth is the most classic support option. He transfers up to 37% of the physical incoming damage to himself, resurrects an ally if things go wrong, and his weapon artifact provides a bonus of armor. Astaroth essentially buys Kark the time he needs to unleash his skills safely. Fafnir plays a double role. His second skill forges a powerful runic shield for Kark, which protects him from every type of damage and even gives him anti-death protection. On top of that, Fafnir's third skill gives a massive physical attack boost, and his weapon artifact adds even more. With Fafnir, Kark isn't just surviving, he's hitting harder than ever. Jorgen is another brilliant support. He disrupts the entire enemy team's energy gain, delaying their first skill activations. This gives Kark more breathing room to charge up and jump first, often deciding the battle tempo before the enemy can respond. And then there's Martha. Because Kark stands on the front line and has such low health, Her huge healing output and speed boost are invaluable. She keeps him alive through those critical opening moments, and her weapon artifact's bonus armor adds another layer of protection. Finally, Dante and Octavia deserve a mention. Octavia's support of dodge is especially potent for allies from the Eternity faction, while Dante gives dodge to the whole team. When you mix this with Kark's burst playstyle, dodge mechanics can buy him those precious extra seconds to deliver lethal jumps. Tip 3: Weaknesses and counters. Of course, no hero is without weakness, and Kark has some very clear vulnerabilities. Learning these is key not only to protect him but also to counter him when he's on the enemy team. Anvari is Kark's oldest, and most famous counter. His Earth Element skill completely negates Kark's first skill, making Kark's biggest damage output utterly useless. His weapon artifact also provides a bonus of armor, which helps the entire team resist Kark's attacks. Iris is another deadly counter, exploiting Kark's low health stat. Her mechanics burn through heroes with low defenses, and if she's boosted by Nebula, Kark can disappear in seconds. Satori applies Foxfire marks to Kark each time he gains bonus energy through his second skill, Negator of Laws. This turns Kark's own energy gains into a death sentence, as the Foxfires trigger huge bursts of magic damage. Mushy and Shroom act as a soft counter. Their myceliums can be targeted by attacks and spells, and once activated, they become the target of Kark's first skill. This wastes his jump on mushrooms instead of enemy heroes, a very effective way to disrupt his burst combo. Zesha is another terrifying answer. If Kark happens to have the lowest magic defense, her deadly ray can eliminate him in just one shot. And let's not forget Folio, whose first skill can also one-shot Kark if conditions align. All these heroes expose what we've known for years: Kark is powerful, but he's fragile. If he doesn't get his jump off cleanly, or if his target positioning is disrupted, his value plummets quickly. So, Guardians, that's our deep dive into Kark. Bob might not be the meta king he once was, but he's still a hero full of personality, style, and explosive power. With the right synergies, support, and strategic execution, he can surprise even the toughest teams. And on the flip side, if you know how to counter him, with heroes like Anvari, Iris, or Satori, you can shut him down before he becomes a threat. Maybe one day, Bob will get the rework he deserves. But until then, smart players can still make him shine. If you enjoyed this nostalgic dive and learned something new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell to stay updated with every Olympus Alliance guide. Until next time, Guardians, stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.